Yo.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hello.
Dude, you wouldn't believe it, yo. Harold was killed by his own guys.
Who?
So Harold, that ghost at the encampment up north, he was killed by his hunting party when he went out with them after his birthday. And they were the people that performed the ritual. So apparently there's a Mason and Drew on the loose. And Michael Verse, he talked to me about it earlier, and apparently they've been like trying to walk around the mountains dressed like as hikers, trying to see if they find like another hunting party, like because they could be hunting you, like. But I don't know if hunting means like animals or if it's individuals, and Harold was the victim.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna guess that Harold resided at that camp because that's where his ghost currently lays, or at least that's where his body was disposed of in the fire. But fortunately, less zombie attacks recently, which is always nice. There's about like 20 cars up there.
There's one this morning at the pier.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, we haven't had time to connect. Yeah, LSPD was all
yeah. That's what I told Michael about. That's wrong.
It was a mess. Yeah, Pred was like in the water or some shit. I don't know. He's like trying to talk to them. It was a mess. They were shooting them.
Wait, it was in the water?
It was on the pier. I believe.
On the pier?
Yeah,
like
Abdul
the main Del
tried,
Perro pier?
Yeah, Abdul tried to run one over with a tow truck and ended up 400 feet in the air.
Oops. Hey, we're up at the news center.
All right, I'll be there in a minute.
All right, see you in a bit.
Bye.
Yeah, dude, you just called me.
Give me a sec.
Yes, Director.
It should be in one of those.
One of which one?
I think, let me see. If you search by marshal reports.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hit up Ruth real quick. She should know. Fire her an email. If not, there should be one. I'm tried to find it earlier, but I was juggling a bunch of things. Let me see. It wasn't in that one. Yeah, it asked Ruth. She might have put it in the wrong one.
Let me check the evidence locker of the same thing.
Yeah.
Not there. Not there.
I'd say fire the email and then you can come through up here if you don't find it, and then we can.
Yeah, I fired off the email. I'm just digging while I.
Easy.
So that was today.
Yes.
How long ago, roughly?
An hour ago. 2 hours ago.
It may be a report that I can't see.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, well,
she just gave me the one. And the report that I was looking at, it's not in there.
Oh, try the incident?
Yeah, I tried the incident.
She may have put it in the wrong thing. I'd look around. She might have clicked the wrong, like, report number or something.
Yeah, I'm checking around.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Springfield. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, who's that?
Right. Absolutely.
Easy.
Director.
See you in a bit.
Oh shit, that's blonde.
Yeah. Luca is just getting some pizza right now. And
Oh, it's a pizza party.
Howdy.
hey, how you
Hello.
doing?
Not too bad. How's it going?
Pretty good. So,
What do we got going on?
well, nothing that amazing. Want to have take who he had here and have a rather open conversation about this. We have a issue with a marshal leaking information. But I don't think that individual actually knows that they're leaking and potentially not just ruining a investigation, but secondly, putting civilians in danger. Now,
Who is that?
well, I'm going to give them an opportunity to kind of come clean. After which we're going to have to take a different route.
Somebody here?
Shit, dude. Who'd leak information like that? Hey, yo, could you both step away for a moment?
Sure.
I assume you're asking about Echo.
I'm listening.
So, there has been this group, specifically today, and I received a phone call from them. And, you know, it was one of those, as I talked to you about yesterday.
Stand over by those people over there and then come back.
Why is that, sir?
Right over there. Just take a walk over there and then just walk on back.
Okay.
What was that?
He's telling me a story and then I'm going to have him retell the story again, this time with truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have to go, Bobby?
Yeah.
I'm staying for this one.
Yeah. I figured that might re-jog your memory.
Bobby? Blunt, how you doing?
Oh.
Duncan?
I'm doing
Hello.
immaculate, yeah.
So here's the problem, right? And here's kind of where Sean, could you give us a second if you don't mind?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
There's DNA all over that book.
Yes, sir. The moment you told me to, I guess, walk away right before it, I did acknowledge something in memory. May I continue?
Sure.
So, my vehicle was there, I presume. It was at a house, and I know this because I drove it there searching for something. I was searching for something after an anonymous tip was made. It was one of those go look and see situations. You know, the opportunity seemed present and immediate.
So
And so
you went and found the book yourself?
there was others there, but I did not know them by name.
Okay.
I was doing my best, sir, to keep my identity secret. The reason I asked you to step to the side was because I was going to deliver the information to you directly, and that's why I ended up just giving
Bobby.
you the book in general, because I planned on using it in a report.
Yeah.
It seemed oddly suspicious that there was a scavenger hunt, but the fact that there was an ominous looking individual overseeing it, specifically the pirate that I mentioned, I felt it was best to act somewhat quickly and resourcefully. I didn't really get to read the contents because, you know, I found it and then I handed it off. I was offered one opportunity to read it. All that I really saw was the title and who it was to, which was not a name. It seemed like more like an entity.
Do you recognize that operating off duty, you're still a marshal?
Yes, sir, but I didn't feel like attending to find something was, I guess, like I didn't think going on
Brother,
a wild
you were on a stolen water ski, right?
Yes, sir.
Meeting with Gunner Kane, Frank, Nora, with a book that is literally asking for treason.
What is this book?
Sir, but you have to understand that I didn't understand the contents of that book before I got there.
I know, but I get that. But when your director is asking you, are you that person? And then you lie about it, not once, but twice.
I was being observed, and I didn't want to. There were vehicles. There's vehicles circling me, and a lot of people in the area, and I didn't want one of those individuals to be the people that sent myself and those other individuals you mentioned there. Like,
But-
I didn't want.
No, I get that. I get that, right? But then when you called me afterwards,
That's what I speak of.
you were somewhere that you couldn't answer the question? Wait, sorry.
The individual on the phone call specifically said to make no mention of what transpired, and so I was upholding what he said simply because I felt as if I spoke out, especially in the surrounding area, that I'd be targeted or tailed or whatever. And so the reason I came up as I did wasn't because I didn't want to share. My plan was to share. It's just I didn't want to die or be trailed or seen as
Bobby,
negatively.
here's
that
the
makes
thing,
sense or
right?
not.
I've put a lot of trust in you because I want to see you succeed, right?
Yes, sir.
But acting unilaterally, like, even if I were to buy all of this, you understand? So, and here's a recap, right? Is you have Frank, you have Nora, you have Gunner, you have yourself, and the fifth individual whose name is documented, meeting up on an island. Law enforcement goes over there with a helicopter, an Apache flying by. Now you have BCSO and the marshals come through, police helicopter, and you begin to flee. And I get it. You wanted to maintain your identity. You got detained. You ended up you were on a boat that was stolen, right? Now, lucky for you, the guy, the other guy said, "Oh, that was me," right? Secondly, the other vehicle has all of Nora's shit in it, so it looks like someone just got fucking murked. With Frank saying she may have drowned, running away from law enforcement. Now you're detained, and you're effectively giving excuses that a common criminal would give. Now, keep in mind, we don't know who you are at this point in time. You could have been arrested if I wasn't there. I'm telling you right now, if I was not there and did not look at the situation and say, hey, maybe there's more happening here, any law enforcement officer had the right to put you in cuffs, bring you down to the station, charge you with joyriding, find out you're a marshal, and now what happens, right? Now, let's go further, right? Is when you then called me shortly thereafter, you had an opportunity to be like, Knight, that was me. I was doing something serious. And when I asked you in a very elusive manner, are you the robot? You refused to give a clear-cut answer, right? So now all of a sudden you're lying to me. Then, you know, I call you down here and I give you an opportunity to kind of say, it's you again. It was you. And until you walked over there and came back and I told you your DNA's on the book, you're hiding this, right? How do we protect
before you
from
send me
you?
over to that wall, sir? I did say I assume this is about Echo. I did say that, sir.
Okay. I see. So you're going to get to the point to say that you were Echo?
Yes, it was leading to, I'm guessing this is about Echo. I was Echo. I was there. And then described the events that transpired. It was just shortly after that, you know, I'm not one for insubordination, so
Okay.
I took the wall.
All right. Do you have any more of these sort of incandescent activities taking place without anyone being made aware?
That was the only finding that I've received, and the phone call was like the only one that I received pertaining to anything of that nature. And this is a good daily reminder to not take phone calls from unknown individuals. And the reason I didn't be entirely truthful with you, sir, was going back to the when I was fleeing, other people were doing the same around me, and I didn't want my identity, you know, whether or not listening to or otherwise, to be to be like exposed, and then my life is more at a threat.
Why were you UC to begin with?
It wasn't UC. I guess the best way to describe it was I was just going about my day per normal. And kind of, you know, wild goose chase turned into something more massive. Originally I was just intending on finding whatever was there, yeah, and then next thing you know, the entire force is there. I'm like, dude, I'm just like searching for a book, dude. Like well, at first, like, I wasn't sure what it was, but then it was a bug. That's why I say searching for a book. But I don't know. And I also just like didn't want to outright in the moment.
I
be
think
like, oh,
that
by the
Gunnar
way, I'm a
Kane is
marshal
going to
these
get
people.
you screwed in the ass. I'm going to be rather forthcoming. I think he pinged you. I think this is his organization. We've already spoken to Delta One about it. He's quite triggered, to say the least.
I didn't hear Gunnar Kane there.
Oh, he was present. And
Wait, he was one of them? Wait, was he the guy not talking? Because the other two sounded like, one of them sounded like Irish, one of them sounded Russian, and the other guy just sounded like normal, I guess. But then there's one guy like not talking. Or was he like watching from the shore? Because I know of Nora and Frank for all this, but I did not know that they were also present.
Frank and Nora have some, like, they're the news, all right? They're going to get pinged by people, including the faceless, all All right. That is going to lead them to be places they normally should not be. But they have a means to get around that because they are reporting. You understanding?
Yeah, that makes
When
sense.
someone who is law enforcement is playing follow, the rabbit into the hole off duty, and you are really jeopardizing not just your employment, jeopardizing the God knows amount of hours that, your peers are putting into things. Forget about me. I don't give a fuck. But I look at someone like Ruth, who was damn sick, sick as death last night, cooking up mountains of reports and digging through things, staying awake, planning things. Luca's been fucking cooked, having to run through subpoenas. You got Chris over there. He's also just, everyone's just, on the last, couple hours before they just pass out at the desk. And that their work can be easily just discarded for a little bit of fun and games, right? And I by no means am suggesting here, Bobby, that you need to know, you're going to be responsible for those actions. I'm just saying these are the things that it is putting at stake, right?
100%, sir. I can understand the domino effect.
You didn't unintentionally, get called down with the same group of folks. Like, that was planned, right? And
Understood.
so I think there's another issue here that kind of presents itself. Is you called me, we spoke for an hour yesterday. I know you wanted to be involved. I told you we're going to try to get you involved because you're awake in the last 3 hours, 4 hours before storm, while a lot of us are kind of winding down, right?
Yeah.
And quite frankly, usually pretty cooked by this point. This would be, for a lot of us, like 11 hours into our shift. And, we had a plan. Called me this morning. You were awake early. And I said, hey, link up with Chris, right? My hands are full, as they have been, dealing with legislation shit. I'm dealing with getting, our case board set up, things to allow this department to see forward progress. And I told you to go link up with Chris, go hang out with him. And you're just like, no, you know what I mean? And instead you're doing this, right? So it kind of, it leaves me wondering a bit too. How am I supposed to view all that? Right? Is Chris not cool enough?
No, sir. I really appreciate Chris's company. I just don't have any time I'm practically awake on duty, and doing what I can, whether it be the zombie shit or otherwise. And more recently, a individual I've been assigned to by Chris, who I did meet up with. I just appreciate some time to myself, and it's unfortunate that the call and ping and all that transpired whilst I was off duty. Otherwise, I would have been more I guess, like, oh, by the way, there's this shit, let's go. But in the presence of other people, it wasn't like that was an option, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want to jeopardize my own identity by being there and then speaking outlandishly.
No, but when you first called this morning, why not go run with Chris for the day?
Just to be honest, my social battery sometimes is like, to me, that seemed more like a puzzle thing. Like, oh shit, this seems like it'd be neat, trailing some type of treasure and uncovering shit. It didn't seem like it required much interaction. It required more like mental power, And so that's the reason I didn't initially clock on duty, is because I need a particular level of energy to be, effective.
Have you been leaving documents around?
The documents that I've made were the one that I gave to you, and then the other one that I've touched was the one that you found dug in up on the island. Well, we didn't find it dug up. It was dug up. I touched it.
Okay, because Echo is something I'm familiar with as it was brought up during the archivist stuff.
Oh, I think poor name is what I gotta describe that as. Because I say poor name as in it's just inconvenient that that's the name I chose. Because I do not know of any Echo connected to the Archivist. The last thing that I saw from the Archivist was in my report like a couple weeks ago. But yeah, no, that was just a name that I kind of assigned for myself during that thing because with that respirator in it, it like, I don't know how it sounded, but to me it sounded like it echoed.
Could you wait right over there by the bench, if you don't mind?
Yes, sir.
I'm so lost. What?
I
I
still don't feel like he's telling us the truth.
No,
Brian.
he's lying.
He's hesitating so much, and
Yeah.
every time you ask him a question deeper, it gets worse. He omitted so much.
So let me just make sure I have an understanding of what happened here. He's off duty. He gets called.
He's leaving notes as Echo, and he's involved in this like random anti-fascist organization.
What does that? What does that have to do with the book and the scavenger hunt thing that he got anonymous pinged for or whatever?
I don't think he got anonymous ping. That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah. The problem is, like, if you can't tell the truth, now you can't be trusted on anything you're saying, quite frankly. Right? The issue is that this isn't the first time something with the name Echo has been dropped recently containing information only known to marshals and select few. And he lied when he was alone with me and had the opportunity to tell me he was Echo. He didn't. He was literally in the midst of committing a crime. And then he calls me because he was probably guilty about it to see if I was sus. And he then didn't answer the question then either. And it's bullshit to presume that he couldn't have told me then because it was a yes or no question, right? Over the phone.
Well, he said that he was. Where was he? Do you know where, like, who he was in the presence of on the other end of the phone call?
He was speaking in his regular voice, and
okay.
May I return?
Yeah, just give a second. We're just chatting over here real quick.
Okay, no worries.
So
Do you mind if I get his DNA while you
yeah, go ahead.
Wait, what?
Oh no, sorry, Springfield. She's doing
Sorry.
Yeah. I've asked her go collect everyone's. She's doing a DNA check of all of us, so we're up to compliance.
With a knife?
A flashlight?
She had a knife in her hand. She said, let me get a DNA sample with a knife in her hand. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
She used to be a serial killer. It's her.
What?
Yeah. So it's a the joke is that she was a serial killer. She pretend, yeah. So Yeah, she used to use move methamphetamine, and then Ligara destroyed her, and then
Yeah, right.
she became a whole background.
Back to the topic at hand. So what do we think ultimately happened here, or is happening?
My question is that is this shit been happening for a minute? Because I am grossly concerned that we have people that are so oblivious to what they are doing that they're going to jeopardize this department if I do not get rid of them. Right?
And this is the first of anything of the sort that I've heard.
I've
in terms, especially of being off duty and not doing it as like an official UC op type shit.
I don't know. He's just lying through his teeth, and that's my problem.
It just keeps cascading. The more questions you asked him, the more I felt like he was, obfuscating and stuff. Like he just didn't.
He is, but like, what is the? Do we have any running theories on like what the fuck's actually going on? So you said Frank, Nora, Gunner. Who was that? All that was there? He said one other person, a fifth person that was identified.
Yeah, I got to look it up. We like I said, we sort of like we're just like, oh, it's just people doing their own shit. Yeah, come on, Bobby.
You said yes or no, sir?
Yeah, come on. What's up?
I just had my DNA taken.
Okay, we're just discussing you. That's why we asked.
Oh, I thought you said I was free to come over. Sorry.
Oh, you had asked if you come on over earlier. Oh yeah. Just hang over there just for a second.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is like, look,
the trust being broken is what bothers me the most.
That's
correct.
That's the most challenging thing to get over, right? Even if we can come up with an explanation for all of it.
Someone's shouting, by the way. He just said.
This is.
I'm whispering.
This is that was me. Sorry. Bro, this is Gunner Kane's bullshit organization to go against the anti-faceless. Like this guy isn't exactly a mastermind. Like between the admittance of the book, the individuals that was called over, they're already working with Gunner, which is fine if they're the news, right? If Gunner wants to be the news, that's one thing. But a marshal getting mixed into it with documents like this one, which what's your state ID?
1492.
1492. This is an evidence, so this is evidence. Just keep in mind. Okay. It's like deleted afterwards.
Is it a note or a document or contract?
Document.
Oh, it's the same one. Yeah. Luke had already shared it with me.
I forwarded it to him.
Yeah, I was like,
I it's so cooked. I don't even know where to begin and where to end with this. To me, it's disgusting, primarily because there is an avenue for, I don't know. I think of our folks who've been working the past like 2 weeks, one of which got sick along the way. And I just think of the day where like, oh, this dumb fuck went, and it doesn't even matter. Just the allegations alone can draw it into question is, hey, so these guys are about to get marked as enemy of the state. But by the way, this guy's been, involved doing some other shit.
Hello?
So reading this document, it's clear.
Hey, buddy, let me call you back in like 10 minutes. All right, bye. That was Spartan. Again.
It seems as though this is a first introduction to the thing, right? Because it's you have been observed. If you accept this, then guard it with your life. Like, Is it, if we were to flip on the benefit of the doubt side, is it possible he did get anonymous ping and this is like Gunner trying to recruit him into some shit?
The problem is the lying.
Yeah, that part.
I don't believe that he didn't know that Gunner Kane was there. I'm gonna be honest. And the way he tried to deflect that immediately and come up with this, oh wait, maybe it was the guy that didn't talk. We didn't even know there was a guy that didn't talk. Like, it's one of those situations, you know, where it's like, do you know what I'm here to talk to you about? Oh, I don't know anything about it or whatever. What about that bank robbery though? You know, it's one of those like.
Have we talked to Nora or Frank yet?
Well,
About
for
what
me,
that meeting was.
we started to, yeah. But look, for me, the main thing here is the lying, because it draws all the work into question, right?
Yeah.
You can't lie to the director. You can't lie to your command, because at that point, I don't even know if you're reporting things as you should while you see. I don't know if what you're doing is legal or illegal. And when any of us are questioned, we are responsible, right?
Yep.
So, fundamentally,
Mr. Knight, sir, can I walk around just like out in the parking lot so I don't have my legs fall asleep?
You are not detained at this time.
Well, I was explicitly instructed to stand over here by Mr. Knight, and I don't believe in
do you have like a TikTok? Can you look at TikToks or something? Maybe a video?
Oh my goodness, brain rot, yo. I guess I'll look at it.
For what it's worth, I'm gonna miss him. He brought a different level of
I am pissed like this is happening. I like him a lot. I am really fucking pissed at Gunner, because I'm going to be rather transparent. I need to know who else is fucking in communication with him, because I am grossly concerned that this fucking degenerate might be actually fucking over individual marshals. Like, just straight, blunt, and honest. Like,
I tried to get a hold of him to transfer the stuff over, and I was told he was in
Blunt,
the ICU.
Blunt,
So I don't know what
Blunt,
the fuck.
this guy was shot by Edgar de Castillo, and
What?
it went. Yes,
When?
brother. This is how bad it is. Literally, like, we call Edgar for faceless shit, right? Because you know he's a defactor of it. And Edgar, in so many words, says he's speaking to a paladin and trying to this, that, and the third. And I guess, so I assume, like, you know, based on what he said, I'm like, what the fuck is he meeting with? I'm a curious motherfucker. So I start looking for it, don't find it, realize it's fucking Gunner Kane. And I'm just like, wait, why? Now, I want you to put this in perspective, right? Ex-director meeting with Edgar de Castillo, who literally just got out of prison. Like, it doesn't jive, right?
Yeah.
I hear on the radio, because because I lied to Edgar, right? I'm I told him, oh, so you're meeting with Gunner, and goes, no, I never said that, right? In his voice. I said, I ran the plates as he was leaving. You know, I lied about that bit. And just like I did hear about with the DNA, by the way. There's no DNA on the book. But that's why I don't think he was going to tell the truth if I didn't. The moment I got to start using interrogation techniques, you're kind of rebozo at that point.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like a motive for him to be lying, and the only thing I can think of is like
Gunner's telling him to do dumb shit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It sucks because Bobby is a good guy, but Gunner is actually very fucking stupid, which, mind you, is why Edgar shot him. In Edgar's own words. So what happened was, I go, was it Gunner? He goes, I never said that. I said, oh, well, I ran the like I went looking for you because I thought you wanted me to go search it out, and I was searching. I just never found them. So I said I ran the plates. I had not, and he goes, well, you would not have been able to. I know that's not true because you wouldn't have been able to run the plates. So I'm thinking, oh, Gunner was gunnering in a helicopter. So I get on radio and I ask Harper to get on ATC. She goes, give me a second. I'm scraping the ex-director off because he got shot in like a gang thing. And I'm like, no fucking shot. I call Edgar afterwards to try to figure out what the fuck happened. And he, in so many words, said that Gunner was like talking shit to him at the end of their conversation. You know what happened the next day? Remember when I was playing Batman?
Yeah.
Well,
On the roof, yeah.
Well, it was because I was sitting up there and just like dealing with my migraine, just relaxing finally. And Gunner ran up to Edgar and his posse walking to probably go and vote, talking loud enough. I'm sitting there just like listening in. And Edgar, fucking Gunner is apologizing to Edgar right after he got out of ICU. Why? I was so, and I call Edgar. I'm like, is that Gunner down there? Because I heard Gunner, and obviously Edgar doesn't say. It's like, how do you know, amigo? I'm like, I have eyes and ears everywhere, but actually, no one looks up. I'm sitting up there.
That's good. Yeah,
So,
nobody ever looks up. That is very true.
My point there is, like, man, like, that's number one. What about everybody else? You know what I mean? Well, to be honest, at this point, Blunt, have you been talking to Gunner?
Like I said, I tried to get a hold of him to transfer us to shit, and I got told he was in ICU, and I haven't heard anything.
Has he tried to insinuate or tried to, like, get you to do shit you shouldn't do?
I have not physically spoken to Gunner since you became the director.
Okay.
Not one time.
I hate to say this, but we have to monitor this. I'm genuinely concerned that, because Bobby's a good guy, he just may not recognize how bad some of this is. And I'm concerned that others may as well. And if you're, because think about it, man, the guy's ex-director, you might just be like, oh, he's, you know, this probably can't
doing
be bad. He
something
knows.
Good, right?
Yeah. And
that's
next thing you know, it's
where
fucked.
Bobby's coming from, and that's the only thing I can think of. But you got to be smart about it. Like, you got to realize there's everybody.
You can be friends with somebody. You don't have to mix your work. Like, if even when local police ask us things, it doesn't mean we just tell them, right? It was kind of like with the McAllister situation, right? Like, it's like, bro, there needs to be a line, right? Like, and especially if someone's like recruiting you into a fucking militia, like,
yeah,
this reads like treason. Even though I don't necessarily think Gunner's, I don't know what's in Gunner's mind. I genuinely don't.
I mean, at least is the idea of his organization anti-faceless or anti-us? Like, is it on the side of the faceless or against the faceless? I guess.
I think it's against the faceless.
Okay.
Which in and of itself wouldn't be bad if you were like Frank and company, right? Even if Gunner's doing, even if Gunner does anti-faceless stuff, whatever, that's his life, right? If New Babylon is doing anti-faceless, more power to him, right? But when you mix in law enforcement, we have, like, we're now dealing with, we can't tell someone or encourage someone to do something that puts them in danger. We
It
can't.
almost looks like the agency is backing whatever, or the government is somehow backing whatever the effort is. When in that obviously we have no ties to affiliation ties.
Yes.
It's like none of it, and that's a very bad look.
Exactly.
Do you see any path for redemption for Bobby, or is it just Joker? The only thing I mean, like, if we say, look, like, we know Gunnar was there. We know you know Gunnar was there. We know Gunnar hired you. Like, I don't know if there's some sort of, like, you feel like you owe something to Gunnar or whatever, but this is your last chance to come very clean and tell us, like, what was this Gunnar recruit? Like, what the fuck was this? Be fully clean and as to what Gunnar has got you caught up in. And otherwise, you're just going to lose your job. Like, right here, right now.
I got you.
Is there, like, that's the only way I can think of to get him to say anything more than he already has in any meaningful capacity. But if it's already, the goose is already cooked, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to make, because I don't know Gunnar that well. The guy's literally just dodging every phone call.
That's how it's been since you've been director, when I've been trying to get a hold of him.
Has, like, when you have spoken to him, has he indicated anything that may infer he's asking marshals to do shit they shouldn't?
I said, I that wasn't an exaggeration. I literally, since you have become director, I have not spoken to him even a single time, not once.
I got you.
I tried to get a hold of him. I think I
That's
called him a couple
fucking
times, and I got told he was in the ICU. I've not heard a word. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Because I've been trying. I tried to get him to the motor pool before Falconer spent 2 fucking hours doing it. I tried to get him to send I still need him to send the jet because the jet doesn't have a VIN that we can read. Yeah, trust me. If I had gotten a hold of him, these things would have been done by now. I've not had any communication with him whatsoever.
Bro, what should I do here, gentlemen? This is so shitty.
If you feel the goose is already cooked, it is what it is. The only thing I can think is to have that last chance of, like, we know what the fuck is going on here. Stop protecting Gunnar. What the fuck is going on, Bobby?
Yeah.
Like I said, the trust being violated is something I'm not sure you can really recover.
Man, that's so.
You gave him the warning off the beginning of this conversation, which is, I need you to be honest with me. I need you to tell me everything I need to know. And you kind of told him his goose wasn't cooked, and he I don't think he took that serious. He still tried to omit things until you pushed him and pressed him and pushed him and pressed him, and finally.
Give me a second. Let me just make sure Springfield knows she can dip. Hey, I want you to continue doing that. Don't want to keep you here, but he's already admitted to being Echo.
Fantastic.
Not easily. We may be letting him go unknown yet, but I need to know what the fuck Gunnar is doing, and if he's linking with other marshals, if he's poisoning the well.
Would you like me to?
No.
Help him along?
No. Don't even threaten those things, because he'll take it serious, and then I don't want it to end badly for you. All right?
That's fair. I do need to take all of your DNA, though.
Oh, yes.
Would you like me to take care of yours real quick?
Please.
All right, just a cheek swab. Go ahead and stand guard with your hands behind your back, so I know you're not going to try to rip it out in a panic.
What is it? How do you want me to stand?
Like you're standing guard for about 3 minutes. Some people freak out and try to grab the stick.
All right.
With your hands behind your back.
Oh, interesting. I've never had to have this pose.
That's okay. I just don't want you to freak out and try to grab the stick. All right, it's going to be a cheek swab. It's a little swab that goes between your cheek and gum. Open wide.
Thank you.
Just rolls. And it's simple. All right, you've now been officially blooded in.
All right.
See your driver's license just to get your ID attached to it.
There you go.
Thank you, Director.
Awesome. Thank you very
I'll
much.
get the other two momentarily.
Yep. Don't feel like you got to stay here. Actually, come on through now. Come on through now. Just so you're not having to wait.
If Jessica has any.
Yeah, I just did my my DNA. I'll have her do yours. She can go back out there.
You have food, Brian?
Yes. No.
Bobby's. Oh no, I want to say Bobby's real hungry, and he said he needs food to pass out.
Wait, did we have reason to believe that the DNA on files are not accurate or some shit?
Possibly. I wanted to do just a real a re-audit. Better safe than sorry.
Here, test this.
I don't poke your finger. It's a swab that goes in your mouth.
No, I just gave there's my little wheat. You can take my little wheat stick. I've been chewing on it for like a couple hours now. It's definitely got enough.
That's
saliva.
not how that works.
That should
There's
be
a
good
little
enough.
cotton. There's a little swab. It's not really cotton, but it's some other thread that absorbs it. I have to add chemicals to the solution in a certain order, and it breaks down your DNA, makes it more readable.
That sounds real fucking complicated. But
It
go
is
ahead.
complicated. It's fucking science. Now open wide. Put your hands behind your back briefly. No,
What?
stand, and I'm gonna have you stand guard for about 3 minutes with your hands behind your back, so you don't panic and try to rip it out of your mouth. Because people do that.
I've got perfectly good self-control. I'll be okay.
3 minutes.
Why 3 minutes? What?
It's it's for at about 3 o'clock. Stand guard at about 3 o'clock.
If it's 3 minutes, I'm throwing that in the upper lip like a
It's
Zin.
not 3 minutes.
Okay.
What? Just the swab, whatever you got to swab, okay?
Do not question the process. You will follow instructions
careful,
as we
boy.
need to.
Don't talk to me like that, rookie. Who do you think you're talking to?
I am trying to take your DNA and make sure all the information is validated.
Go ahead.
I will. Just do me the favor. Hold your hands behind your, just like that, but behind your back.
Why do my hands need to be behind my back?
Look, I didn't
So
understand
you
it
don't
either.
panic and pull it out of your
I'm not panicking.
out of your mouth.
I'm perfectly relaxed.
Everybody says that until they start to panic.
I'm gonna keep my hands back and I'm gonna pull it out of my mouth just to spite you.
Thank you. All right, just a simple swab. It's gonna go in between your cheek and your gum. There we go. And that's it. Just give me a moment. Don't you do it. All right, just flash me your ID so I can attach that to the record. I'll make a photocopy of my phone real quick. Perfect. Luca, your turn.
Tastes like shit.
You don't talk to Luca. You're not not
Can
getting
you ever
your
just like spit in a tube or
nastiness.
something like the
Yeah,
good old
okay,
days?
just-
No. There is a science to this. I'm sorry y'all don't understand it, that we failed y'all in teaching how the science works. Can you two stand a little bit away from her real quick?
You gotta keep your hands behind your back.
Why do they have to be behind?
I don't know.
I'm holding
I don't
him
get
front.
it.
Is that okay? I was holding him
Because
down.
I'm shoving a stick in your mouth, and I don't need you to panic
Yeah.
inadvertently and accidentally hurt yourself or me. Behind.
They're under my
back.
armpits. I can't reach if they're
No.
squeezed under my armpits.
Peter, come on. You gotta let Jessica stick her
Stop
stick
being
in
a
your
stubborn
mouth.
little shit.
What?
Oh my god.
You gotta let Jessica put her stick in your mouth. You gotta hold your hands behind your back while she does it.
Oh. Yeah, all right.
There we go. I'll give you a second to seal it up.
Close my mouth now.
Yes, you can close your mouth.
Is Bobby in timeout?
All right, good boy. Now show me your ID.
That. Oh, that's missing a lot of things on it.
Luca?
No, that's that. They're look. They don't do well with bulk.
Oh,
They don't do well with bulk and languages down there
yeah.
at the DMV. Okay. They don't-
Oh yeah, our printing machines don't really accept the weird sassy C's.
Here. I mean, I can give you the digital copy. I think that one's correct.
I'm surprised you didn't grab the eye. That is interesting.
No, I think even the I is a bit.
Oh, it is?
No,
Okay.
the I is standard Latin. No, it's just the
Yeah, but this
two
one, I'm
short
surprised
Cs.
it didn't catch it on your ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the two sassy C's.
Kova.
All right, Peter's your turn.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Come here real quick, Brian.
Yep.
Thank you.
So So, look, I try to think of the silver lining in things, right? This is obviously very shit, but the only thing I can think of, and Luca did bring up that this would be time investment, which is potentially something we can't afford right now. Extremely limit Bobby's access to information, to essentially only the information that we allow him to have specifically.
The issue with that, I want to start with a 48-hour suspension and then we go from there. Pending investigation.
To come to be more fruitful about what is actually going on here, we could potentially use him to gather information as to whatever this fucking gunner organization is.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah,
we don't. We are so oversubscribed. We have people. We're also dealing with. Junior is missing. Tessa tried to kill him. Election fraud. The whole situation with the properties up in Blaine County. There's that whole disaster. Faceless. Now that you get what I'm saying, it's like and we have a potential. Just
thank you, boys.
Hey, thank you. Hey, Chris,
there's not time to like really put into that avenue. Then there's like Luke said, the trust is gone. There's not really anything that we can do in a short-term period to rebuild that in any meaningful capacity. So
right,
it sucks. I know people don't want to see him go, but there's not really much of a choice.
Chris, has Gunner or Bobby reached out to you at all in regards to extracurricular activities?
No. I mean, Bobby always jokes about like wanting to go to happy hour and stuff. But.
Okay. Anything that might come to mind? This is extremely important because even if there's something where it's like, hey, we need to meet with Gunner, or
when was the last time you talked to him?
Me?
Yeah.
The day of our candidate vote.
So you've not stopped talking with him since at all?
Why is everyone sus?
Well, I didn't speak to him. He texted me.
If there's like meta chat, you better not. Just asking for a band later if it turns out it is.
Falconer said that he had to use the bathroom really badly.
Yeah.
And he was having apparently a very private conversation in the locker room. I don't know why you would be having a very private conversation in the locker room that was sensitive or whatever, but I gave Falconer the okay to go ahead and use the bathroom in there. And he didn't like that very much, but I was like, sorry, didn't know that you were in there having a very sensitive, confidential conversation inside our locker room. So.
Wait, speak up a little bit. You've been,
Sure. The last time I remember speaking to him was I was outside talking with in the parking lot of City Hall with Falconer Gates. I was with McAllister and with somebody else.
I'm more wondering why they're on the phone.
Anyways, Falconer had to use the restroom very, very badly and asked if he could use a sesame.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I'm like...
So Gunner come into that?
Oh, Gunner then called me and was very unhappy that I allowed Falconer to come in and use our bathroom while he was having a sensitive, confidential conversation inside the locker room.
Wait, why was he in the locker room?
I don't know.
Who was he in the locker room with?
I think he was with Bobby. I could be wrong.
Gunner was in the locker room with Bobby. How many days ago?
This must have been a week prior to you getting elected.
I got you.
Oh, wait, what? So before Brian was, this is a long time ago.
Yeah. But anything after, no, I have not spoken with Gunnar at all.
Yeah.
The last text I got from Gunnar was 23 days ago. Okay, so neither of us. Gunnar's been.
So hold on. Let me make
elected.
sure, like, guys, so that just to set the tone of why I'm asking this question is in the last like week, right? In the last 2 weeks since Gunnar was removed from office, has he or Bobby approached you in any manner, asking you to do anything outside of this office?
No, not that I can recall.
Okay. All right. If you do, it's important to let us know.
No,
Listen, here's the deal, Chris, right? The only reason I'm asking here is because I'm trying to make a sense of like how deep this rabbit hole goes, because the Tilder is could you share the document with him, Luca?
Yeah. What's your state ID? Oh, no, I can't because I can't pull out my phone.
Yeah, I can't.
Bobby's linking up with like Gunnar, Nora, Gunnar, and Frank have their own faceless stuff they're dealing with, right? Gunnar has attached himself to them, right? And they're trying to pull Bobby in. And the document, when you see it, is fucking literally brain dead for any marshal to be anywhere near, as it compromises literally the integrity of any investigation.
16556.
Yeah. Oh wait, you were there. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. The guy Echo, that was Bobby. Remember earlier today when we went to we're by the island?
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
And not only did he tell me in private, he then called me shortly thereafter and didn't tell me. And then here he wasn't willing to say it until I told him his DNA is on the book.
What the fuck?
So it's like I like this is so awkward because it's almost like I have to say like don't be friends with someone, but this is like worse than being friends with a fucking criminal, right? This is someone that can convince others to do something that's stupid as fuck. So
Yeah, that's a problem.
yeah. I think Bobby may have fallen asleep.
Had a headache.
Oh, gotcha. My immediate is 48 hours pending for us to, sleep on it, whatever. I don't want to be like reactionary to it. I don't know. I think we just gotta, I'm gonna be real with you. I think we need to do we just need him to just be honest and not add all the fluff, because this is such a big liability. It really is. It's not even our shit that they can screw up fucking LSPD shit, BCSO shit. It makes it like, oh my God, I don't know. Fuck. God damn it.
Yeah.
The problem, even if it didn't reach to any, he didn't do any wrongdoing, the repairing that bridge of trust is not any, like this, it's damn near impossible, right? It's not really something that's going to happen in any short period of 48 hours, a week, a month. It's not going to be enough. I don't really see a path. Like I said, other than using him and like in some capacity, I don't see any way to keep him.
No,
on.
it's
Any
like
way to allow him to continue to access information, not knowing whether or not that information is secure. that we can't allow that to happen, regardless of the outcome.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Helicopter.
Either cut him loose completely, or, like I said, extremely limit his access to information to only the information we allow him specifically to see.
But it's not an information problem, right? He could go do some crazy shit and then lie about it.
Yeah.
That's why integrity is so important to me. It's not about anything more than if I'm like, yo, Luca, did you do were you at Zancudo yesterday? And I don't know, he just happened to be there with a face. It's like, yeah, I was there, didn't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. Like, we can be like, okay, we can account for that, right?
Yeah.
But if Luca, for example, was like, huh? What do you mean?
No, it wasn't that.
Now we're fucked because eventually that comes out and now it looks like we're fucking covering some shit up.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the decision is clear here.
Yeah. 48 hours, just pending investigation. I'm going to ask for a background check, 30 days on him, be conducted.
Yeah.
And Chris, when he's back, can you pull his 30?
Yes.
Easy.
I've taken his access.
Would you like for me to try to get him to consent, or is this something where we don't?
He better consent. We're 48 hours suspending him. If he wants any semblance of hope of keeping his job, he better be consenting.
Yeah. If he doesn't, we'll just do it legally. I mean,
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't threaten him by saying either you consent or you lose your employment per se, but we can see what his reaction is and then make our decision based on that.
yes, agreed.
I mean, yeah, you can. We're employment at will.
Yeah,
well, no. What he's saying is, even if we're at will, those records are still private, right?
You could say there's nothing illegal about saying you must share this information as a condition of keeping your employment.
I worry about how the DOJ would look at coercion in that
listen,
sense.
Blunt, you are a man of my chops, but I also know that, brother, it's exactly what he said. DOJ, what other people might say, optics, you know what I mean?
What would worry me the most
Yeah.
is it's actually the fact that, okay, let's say that he does.
If he
end up doing
actually
that because of
killed
the
someone,
pressure we
I'd
say,
be
right?
down to do
Yes.
some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Because-
the problem is, if there's something criminal in the subpoena, and we used his job to coerce him to submit to and consent to a subpoena, we're making him self-incriminate at that point over his job.
It's not coercion. He has a choice to give up his job.
So,
His job is a privilege, not a right.
let me phrase this a different way. We can use a tank, right? Which is like, yo, give us that or you're fired. Or we can take the easier approach, right? Which is the optically the better way. Hey, do you consent to 48 hours? Oh, no, 48 hours are suspended. Do you consent to a 30-day subpoena? If he says no, then during that 48 hours, we just file a subpoena on it. You know what I mean?
I doubt he's going to say no.
I 100% agree.
Saying this, but as a should, if it gets to that point, we legally, I'm pretty sure we can. I don't see a legal issue with it. But yes, I get the point that it's not necessary to bring out the full gun.
I'm avoiding any legal friction that may come, just knowing how much cycles we collectively do not have.
Yeah, no, I fully expect he'll consent. I hope so, at least.
Oh, bro.
Alrighty.
Oh man. I mean, at the end of the day, listen. How much do you trust your cadet?
registered cadet. What do you mean? I mean,
What if she's compromised?
Well, that's why, I mean, we're the marshals. We can't afford to have that kind of liability. The idea of even getting to the level of being a rookie marshal, which is our equivalent of a cadet, you already have to be, like, a rookie marshal already, in my mind. Like, obviously, we make the comment or the correlation that a full marshal should be the level of a command member of one of the lower level PDs. You better be at that goddamn level to even get to rookie, in my mind.
Yeah.
To get into this department. You have to be, like, you have to have an extreme level of competence to even, and at least a bare minimum understanding of keeping information secure and private and confidential to the role and acting in a capacity that is becoming of a marshal. If you can't do that, you don't have a business even being a rookie.
Agreed.
Not in this department. Go be a cadet in LSPD BCSO.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well.
It's too bad we don't have that black site yet.
Yeah, like we have access and to way
Mind
too
speaking
much
up there, boy?
confidential information. Sorry, I was still whispering from when Bobby. We have access to way too much confidential information, and even if it's not direct access, just being in proximity of the conversations that we're having on an ongoing basis in and around our offices, you have to be of the level where you are very extremely trustworthy, and if you're not, then we just can't afford to have that around.
I
Not
agree.
like, how much do you trust your cadet thing. Yeah, when you're in a local law enforcement, you're training a cadet, yeah, you're going to be wary of them. But while we must always be looking over our shoulder and keeping an eye on everyone and be suspicious of everyone, because that is the requirement of this job, we have to be able to have some faith in our team that, I mean, we have to be watching them, but we also have to trust them. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, better if this happened early than long term. Picked up McNulty. I'll take the trade. We got some others in the pipeline.
I was at the Neon Jungle Gala just to kind of stretch my legs a bit.
Oh, how would that go?
Also kind of, it went all right. I ended up having to trespass Kyle Pred, but
oh boy,
yeah, no, it was fine. He went willingly. He was causing a scene, upsetting people there, and the owner of Neon Jungle wanted to trespass him due to
Trespass who?
that.
Pred.
Kyle Pred.
Trespass who?
Pred.
Oh, I thought Pred wanted to trespass.
No.
Neon Jungle wanted to trespass Pred.
I don't think they can do that. Hey.
Well, they
He
don't
bugs us
own
on
the building, but
frequency
they
saying he's trying to wake
lease-
up, but he can't see y'all. So he's just letting y'all know he's trying to run away so he can see y'all.
Okay, easy. I appreciate that.
Bye bye.
If he is acting in the capacity of a law enforcement officer conducting his duties, you cannot. This trespass does not apply.
hello.
He was there while he was on duty. He said that
How does Neon Jungle have? Wait, it's government ground though.
Right. But the Neon Jungle.
They're a tenant of the building, apparently.
They are a tenant and have a lease agreement with the court center. And he said that he was there giving a charitable donation.
I don't know that.
Either way, I handled it. I handled it in such a way where he left. There was not a scene. There was no violence or anything. That was
Oh my
main
god!
goal.
You want to go stretch your legs and fucking
brother? It's just I can't stop. Right? I can't.
Well, that's what happened with this like recent shit. It was like marshals, corruption, this, that, I'm like, they tried to throw us a bunch of the stuff happening up north, and I was like, no. You guys find out if there is a crime happening, and if you need to lean on us, we'll go from there, because there just quite frankly isn't enough.
Yeah. He's still having some head issues. He thought he was here, but I looked at the GPS and he was on Spanish Avenue, so he needs to take another nap.
Yeah, I think he's having some issues.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but just letting you know. One of us is probably gonna have to pick him up, to be honest, now, because I don't think he's gonna be able to wake up back here now.
Yeah. Also, I spoke with Cooper Quince. He is lieutenant in EMS developing. He's also the fire marshal for EMS. He is developing a program to basically allow certain select law enforcement officers to gain a fire certification. That way, in the event that there's a scene that has a fire and there are no EMS available to pull out the fire truck, that basically PD will be able to do that. And this, again, this is a very select few people. And he was asking if so I've been tanking him for a while now. He kept wanting to have a meeting with you. And I was like, listen, it's just too much. So I told him, I was like, listen, you can go ahead and set it up in a way to which we could gain the certification. And if whatever point we choose to.
Oh, like medical cert?
No, it's not a medical cert, but it's like, yes, it basically gives any of us with our own command approval for us to respond to scenes in the event that there's a fire and there are no EMS around. That way, the fire truck can be put to use and put out a fire safely.
Okay.
And I told him,
do that shit.
I told him, I was like, I think that sounds good as we are trying to kind of get our legs underneath us and build a department and get patrol SOPs squared away. I foresee that being something that we'd be interested in doing. Maybe not something so much right now, but go ahead and put it in and send it. And we will activate it and have a further conversation when we get to that point when we're ready. So.
Brother, you had me at drive big.
So essentially, we could be fire marshals.
Okay. I mean,
All right.
it'd be a fun little thing to do on the side.
Yeah.
Bobby is on Spanish.
Oh no.
We're on Spanish.
And Spanish and Los.
I don't think he even woke back up yet. I think I don't even know. I don't know what he's doing.
I think he's like having some brain issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he even went back to sleep yet. If that makes sense. I don't think he's even tried to wake back up yet.
No, he did. His blip,
God.
but it was on Spanish and Las Lagunas, which is cursed. Yeah, that's. Do you want to take his keys in the meantime, or what's your plan?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's his?
Probably let's wait until we get him to put his stuff away.
Yeah.
And then take him. Yeah.
Yes. How's McAllister doing? Has it been a week?
I haven't heard anything. And the
I haven't
last
heard
was
anything,
he
no.
was going to submit his written mea culpa to you, basically, and we're going to go from there.
Has it been a week? I don't even know. Time's been like.
Time is an illusion. It's not real.
Today was gonna be a short day for me.
I think it's been 5 days.
Okay, gotcha.
We're just about there. I would keep an eye out for.
You know
next
what?
Step would be him submitting that to you.
I think we need our rookie rank where you don't get shit.
We shouldn't be hiring people that we can't trust with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that so agree and disagree. And so hear me out, and I want pushback, right? So when we hire somebody, some of the people we're going to hire, it's not necessarily about trust. You are correct about that. but some are not going to know any better. And when you're hired in as a rookie, because keep in mind, this is going to be a long-term project, right? We're going to hire folks that have some level of training in an environment where, I mean, just take a look at the LSPD. There's a lot of folks in there that, let me give you an example. Archivist tried to put his name out. Myself, the chief of police, the undersheriff, and the sheriff cracked the code. Miller then contacted the archivists and told them that their puzzle was too easy. To which they then created that website, Chris, right?
Mhm.
So this guy is no ballsing a fucking terrorist, right? And so, and that's sort of the environment. That is the pool we're working with. And so I think we may be doing a bit of a disservice that when we bring someone in as a rookie, they necessarily have access to everything, right? Rather
We're
than
going to move the majority of stuff up to CL 123, and then they won't have access to it anymore.
oh yeah. Wait, so we're saying the same thing then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sorry, they'll get access to state marshal reports, but the stuff we actually give a shit about, we're about to move into CL1, CL2, CL3,
Yes,
so they wouldn't have
that
access.
exactly
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I'll just do that tonight. You have it by morning.
Is it gonna have to be like separated with the drop downs?
Yes.
Maybe I can get our IT marshal to
Be able to search multiple categories.
to restrict on tags.
Oh, like
So
restrict
basically
who
you
can
won't-
give out tags.
Imagine a rank that does an extra filter on the category, because the problem with CL1, 2, and 3 drop downs is that's going to be a nightmare to search. Ooh, maybe it won't actually. Oh, it won't, because you can still search on reports. But you can't search on state marshals. You understand my concern, right?
Yeah, like you're not gonna be able to search state marshal reports, CL1, CL2, CL3, and filter out the rest of the shit.
Correct.
That's where if you can search, choose multiple categories to search, that would fix that.
That would fix it. Or alternatively, if we tag something with like CL1, 2, and 3, let me see what they say. I'll try to have an email exchange. This
wait
isn't an
to make the ranks
immediate problem,
until-
anyways.
I'll hold off then until you get an answer on that.
Yeah,
We'll do it,
yeah.
Unless you want it done in the meantime.
No, we'll wait it out. I'll get in contact with them.
Easy. But yeah, that CL123 will solve the problem of rookies having access to classified shit.
Hello. Okay, I'll come get you. Bye. Does anybody have food on them? Chris,
I
you
do
have food on
not
you, man?
know.
Let me look. You're in luck.
Was that Bobby?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to get him at Sandy. He's at the motel, he said. I woke up there.
Alright. You want to just grab him and bring him down to the office, and we'll have him put
You
his
want him to
equipment
go to
away,
the...
and
Oh,
then...
you can't hand me stuff, can you? Oh, there we go.
No,
Yeah, I can take him to the office. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just meet him down there.
yeah.
I said I'd go pick him up. I rode here with Brian. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
I'll cook it.
I don't have a car. All right. We'll see you guys down at the office then,
Yep.
I guess.
Change out of my gala
Wait, whose
clothes.
buffalo is that then? Is that not yours, Luca?
Is it? Oh, that's probably a shared one from Bobby. That's how Bobby got up here. I'll take that.
Okay.
So I can go get Bobby. I'll bring him to the office then.
Okay,
Yeah.
bro. I can't believe that we're even dealing with this. Like, what is with, like... What the hell is going on? Like, yeah.
Director, no! What happened?
I tried to. This is easier just being in the hospital. I'll just wake up and pretend none of this happened.
Thank you. Jesus.
We can come back for that afterwards. That's fine. So blow over. I mean, the good thing is, like, this is why I very intentionally have been handling it the way I am, is let people burn themselves and then I have merit to fire them on, right? I think some people are genuinely just want to do corruption. And that's, you know, this makes it so much easier for me because if I had to go and fired everyone, you now have like a situation where, you know, you have to deal with, oh my God, why did you do this, that, the third? No, you let them do something crazy and then you suspend and fire. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, the good, like I said, the good thing is that honestly, none of these things hyper affect us as a consequence. And they're great examples
Especially if
of
there are any doctors on duty.
Remember, like, fuck, Knight is cutthroat. Is coming in just like, nope, that was a line cross. That was a line cross.
Fantastic.
I did like Bobby, but it's like the Helen Highwater situation. Those that you feel like you need to assist the most to be excited to be a cop are the ones that are actually the most corrupt. You know what I mean? Or don't know.
No. Listen, I had.
Was he also hit by an alleged stinged missile that definitely wasn't him hitting a pylon with a helicopter because he wasn't paying attention, he was texting and flying? Is that a crime?
It's the pattern, right?
I don't think so. No,
And I'm wondering if it's like,
I didn't tell him. I forgot to mention it.
yeah, I like that.
And he accidentally activated it. Yeah.
I know you guys
My fault,
the best of the best, but putting an ejectocito button in the marshals is probably the quickest way to get a bunch of dead idiots. And I say that with love because some of those idiots are friends.
See, I ordered it that way, and the manufacturer just misunderstood. It's supposed to be an ejector seat for the passenger seat, and they misunderstood the request. That's why I hadn't told him about it yet. I was gonna.
Well, that Bobby and Carmine were bad.
Before. He's right over here.
Chat, we have a much higher standard. If this was the other PDs, this wouldn't have been a problem. What do you mean?
She's still lying there on the bed.
With the other PDs, this would have been considered just a bit.
To go and talk to her.
It just doesn't work with the marshals.
I don't know what I can do. I think you need to go talk to her right now. Oh, hey.
Hey.
Hey, would you mind easing yourself into this bed, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. There we go.
There you go. I appreciate that. It makes my job way easier. So what seems to be the medical emergency that happened?
Corruption.
I ordered an ejectocito button to be installed into his car for his passenger seat, and I didn't tell him about it. The manufacturer accidentally misunderstood. They put one on his seat instead, and I was having it reconfigured before I let him know, and he found the button before I got the chance to tell him.
It's arms.
So
it's arms, not eyes.
yeah, it's completely my fault. No
Plus
fault
it's-
of his
plus it's
whatsoever.
Captain, I'm saying.
I know, but you gotta
I
know good
understand.
Sarah McLaughlin.
I understand.
You gotta know Sarah McLaughlin.
So I ran out of medical supplies, so right now it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
It's either I heal, I help you out right now, or I go back and it takes longer. So I prefer to keep going.
Appreciate it.
No worries.
How's your day going?
Actually okay. You know, nothing too bad. It started really slow, but now it's going great. Well, not for me, like it's busy, but not for you because you're really hurt. So I'm sorry about that. It's really not good for me to. I'll shut up now.
All right.
Go. Okay. So there you go. One question: are you afraid of needles?
No, not really.
Okay, so I got this syringe here. It's got a big needle. It's a 12 gauge.
What?
It's actually a double needle. You ready? Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. It's a
Thank you so much.
double barrel needle.
I appreciate it.
Fair enough.
No worries. Oh, where did they take her?
That is a fantastic question.
Okay. Yeah, we just playing a prank on that guy. This is the second time you brought her here.
Are you doing okay there?
Yeah, I think so. Sleep deprivation, I guess. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry about that ejector seat. I meant to mention that to you.
No, you're good. You're good. It's too bad. I'm gonna give him a little bit. I think it's good to start with the suspension. Ensure there's nothing that can be. I mean, we'll have a chat with him. Hopefully, he's a bit more open.
I hope so.
It's I just wish Gunner wasn't poisoning the well, and it's rather. The problem is like when you're dealing with shit like the Faceless, like shit like this, like it reads like a poor children's novel. You know what I mean? Like it's very obvious.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to play dumb to it. Like transparently, I was being very dumb to. Oh, Echo 6, Frank, whatever. It's just some civs doing some. Let's this shit brew up. That's what me and Ruth thought. And then he fucking gives me a call, and I'm like, oh no, that was him.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
No.
Pulling it inside this container is a bad idea.
I got it.
Like I said, I'll be sad to see him go. He brought a different vibe than really anybody else that we had in the department. But
Hey, I'm on the way. Just got in a car crash.
All right, yeah, he's here in Little Nancy. So.
Okay. Ask him if he consents to 30 days. Actually, we'll
okay.
be over in a second. All
right, I'll hold off then. All right, see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. I think it's one of these. Oh, well. Hold on, let me see.
Hopefully.
I should be. I think it's...
Hold on, hop back in. Fuck it, just leave it.
I just asked the valet to switch the direction, I think.
hop into it.
Oh, yeah, go again.
Thought I might be able to push it out that way, but it doesn't look
No,
like it.
I don't think so. Oh, that might be it.
Maybe. Hell yeah.
Okay. The train's a straight level threat.
You just gotta make sure you take care of yourself, goddammit, Luca.
Okay.
Let's put it on the ground, please.
Probably because I've starved this one.
Yeah, stop
All
starving
right.
yourself.
So Bobby, we had a rather lengthy conversation. Man, I wish we had a bigger spot for this conversation. Let's go outside.
Go at the top of the parking garage if you want.
What parking garage?
The big one right here.
Nah, it leaked. I don't know where that leads to, you know what I mean? Actually, let's bring Bobby to the news center.
I can't lock the doors.
I didn't mean underneath. I meant on top of the big one, the multi-layer.
No, I know, but someone could be like around the corner and stuff. I want to be considerate of this conversation. We're gonna go back to news center. I'm not comfortable with the walls leaking. This is, you know, okay. Oh, I gotta fix this. I got it stuck earlier. Could you bring him? Could you bring him there, Blunt?
Yeah. You know, the noose outpost would be, or the noose building would be a nice third outpost, you know?
I mean, technically it is, right?
Yeah. Get a helipad over there, you know,
Yep.
maybe a little storage.
Constitution was signed there. I believe my mother, she used to run the marshals out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, you mean like get a shell in there?
Yeah, or, yeah.
Underground? Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a bunker would not be a bad idea. All right, we'll see you up there.
I missed the F.
See you soon. Never a dull day. Never a dull day.
Man. What is this guy doing? What is
Bobby?
this guy doing? Yeah, what the fuck is he thinking?
I don't know.
Like what is he doing?
Bro, I've noticed that people that I go out of the way of like encouraging actually are looking for an out or something. Like just yesterday I had to listen to him and like I just don't get the audacity of like lying.
He's definitely lying about the Gunner Kane thing. 100%. He knows it was Gunner. He's probably in contact with Gunner. I'd be really surprised if he wasn't in some way, shape, or form.
And then I don't know if he's like poisoned Sean's head too. And this guy's new. It's all like, they've been working that stuff. And like, you know, the problem is it's like, bro, I can't, like the fact that we just hired someone in. And it's like, bro, you could be poisoning that dude, right?
Well, he was pretty adamant about getting that guy hired in front of you and stuff. So I'm guessing they know each other possibly. I don't know.
No, Blunt does. All right. Okay. So look, I'm gonna wait for Chris. All right. So here's I'm going to put rather frankly, you're going to be suspended for 48 hours pending us doing a further background check. Chris here is going to ask you for a 30-day consent. It is your choice whether to accept it or not.
I accept.
Okay. So he's going to get that sorted. I don't like to make decisions sort of like in the moment, especially because I think you have been excelling in a lot of places. And I genuinely believe that you are being grossly misdirected. And look, I have a lot of friends in PD. I have friends outside of PD. However, we are the last bastion of integrity in San Andreas. That integrity is very rare within the LSPD, the BCSO. It's not a consequence of either of their leaders today. It's a consequence of over a year's worth of lack of accountability. All of these things have created an environment where law enforcement in general unfortunately become very misguided, whether it's looking at some of their peers and seeing what it is that they're doing, or seeing someone get away with something, or maybe not even know that they got away with it and thinking that replicating that behavior is okay. When I took this position, I was very, very, very clear that the last thing when I ask a direct question involving anything involving our department, I need a straightforward answer, because it is not just to protect the department, but protect you, even when you may not realize you need that protection from a legal perspective. But furthermore, all of this is in the interest of protecting the state.
Yes, sir.
I strongly believe that you're friends with Gunner Kane, and I'm not here to tell you who you can and cannot be friends with. That would be gross of me. However, I think that him involving you with his extracurriculars is extremely dangerous, and I personally feel it's an abuse of whatever relationship you have. And he may not even realize what it is that he's doing and what the implications mean. I've unfortunately have had to go through these motions in the past, be it leaks, be it officers doing something along these lines, and it has allowed criminals to get away, terrorists to get away, etc., etc. So we're going to be utilizing these 48 hours to fully assess the matter, go through the background check, but also provide you an opportunity to kind of explain yourself. Everyone here I consider my command, as they are marshals. And just as I am asking, when I ask you, what are you doing? What is this? I need to know, as do they need to know, whether it's an undercover operation, whether it's that you're around anything that is illegal, right? Even if you're off duty and someone is like doing some shit, right? Like you're off duty and you see someone, or undercover and you see someone like, I don't know, doing something that they shouldn't be. Might be faceless related, might be zombie related. It is your duty, based on the oath that you have swore, to ensure that is reported and recorded. Right?
Yes, sir.
And so with that being said, let me start by asking, are you Echo?
Yes. The individual at the docks, that was me, and I was impersonating, I guess, and a disguise of my own volition. Like I created Echo for that situation.
I see. Are you the writer of this book?
I did write that book.
Why did you believe? Why?
I wrote this book because I was contacted and threatened.
By who?
Unknown number and of mysterious origins, and I guess I fell victim to one of the common plunders of being somebody else's rats. The true rodent stays unknown, and my life was actively being threatened, and I felt that there was no. Are there cameras around here, people that could be listening?
This is federal property.
Okay.
Or state property, sorry.
Being listened to and observed, and I don't know exactly who has been observing me, but I was prompted to write a book with those contents and then to hide that book. And I was contacted, and after being contacted, it kind of led to this entire spiral of God knows what.
When were
Much
you
more
contacted?
I was contacted about 2 weeks ago in person.
By who?
It happened just outside of LSIA, and the individual, unrecognizable, was speaking kind of in similar, I guess robotic is the way to describe it. Like, the person was wearing a mask, so I couldn't identify who it was. I asked for their name and everything like that, but I wasn't on duty. So I was just kind of observing, and then they threatened me. And
how did they threaten you?
There were 2 other individuals with that individual with guns.
Was this before or after I became director?
This was slightly after you became director.
Okay. So
I have no idea if those individuals there at the docks today were involved with that, because the 2, I guess, like, henchmen didn't speak. And the main person that did speak was kind of like hard to decipher, you know? I guess. I don't know.
And I also made the cede to Brian here, but as a part of all of this, we need a full written documentation of what all of the fuck has transpired here.
I could provide that. I don't have access to the MDT, and I assume.
But hold on. Did you report any of this?
As I said, I did not report any of it because the conversations were in person, and they knew my exact whereabouts all the time. They literally recounted my routine day by day. And, you know,
So you were being followed?
I was being followed, yes, sir.
And so they recognized that you were actively, like, they knew what activities you were involved in.
It seems so, sir.
Okay. So,
I wish I had information on the individuals, but
no,
I don't know
hold on.
if
Look, I'm going to ask very direct questions. All the other stuff,
Yeah.
I'm down to listen to, afterwards. So how did they contact you?
The first contact was via anonymous ping over at LSIA, to which I then went there. You know, sometimes I act foolishly when I don't know. I responded to that
you
ping.
received an anonymous ping. You arrived, and there was 3 individuals there, 2 with guns.
Yes.
One that was Echo.
One that, regardless of whether or not he called himself Echo, he essentially requested that I become him in terms of like the rat-like nature. You know, I'm basically like the rodent going towards the trap while he's out there just monitoring.
What?
So it was used like as bait, I guess.
Okay. And you were so scared you didn't want to report it, and so then you did his biddings. I take it?
I was extremely scared, sir. They were blacked out from top to bottom with automatic weaponry in hand.
What kind of weapons did they look like?
They had AKs.
AKs.
Yes, sir.
Specifically AKs, or are you just referring to like rifles?
I don't know the best way to describe certain firearms. All I really know is the M4 from my time in service, as well as SMG, but they were foreign. They did not look like that.
They look like AKs, M70, something along those lines. Okay.
Yeah, like that.
And is this the first time you've done something for them?
There was one other time, and that was to make phone calls.
Okay. And what were the phone calls in regards to?
The phone calls were in regards to organizing a meetup between a group of individuals and communicating a message that I was given whilst at LSIA that one day.
Okay. And who are the individuals?
The individuals only gave me their fake name. The individual at LSIA told me that the people that I would be contacting are people that I would likely know, and to keep their identity safe, I had to call them. And
I know, but you called them, right?
yes.
So who did you call?
Are you sure there's no cameras here, sir?
Yes.
One of the individuals was Gunner Kane.
Okay.
Another one of the individuals, Tony Tinkleman. Another one of the individuals, Nora Thomas. Another one of the individuals, Frank Skinner. Another one of the individuals, Chris Jones. Another one of the individuals, Jack Sinclair. Grizzy Mathis. That's the list.
Who's Chris Jones?
I didn't know much about the individual, sir. I was just told to contact them.
Give me those names one more time.
Gunner Kane. Nora Thomas. Frank Skinner. Chris Jones. Grizzy Mathis. And Tony Tinkleman.
Trying to draw a. And how did you use your phone?
I used a payphone.
Okay. How are you provided these numbers?
They were inscribed on the wall.
Which wall?
There's a wall behind LSIA upon arrival, and they showed me the wall. They told me to communicate with these individuals. Their names were not explicitly stated, but some of the numbers are numbers that I already had in my phone.
Okay, which ones did you have in your phone, and which one didn't you?
Gunner Kane, Frank Skinner, Tony Tinkleman, Nora Tom, and I did not have Grizzy Mathis or Chris Jones.
Is it Grizzy, Grizzy?
I was only able to hear the pronunciation of it, so I don't know exact spelling, sir.
Okay.
But most of these people, whenever they met, they always had some type of fake way to
alias.
present themselves, so I didn't really know exactly who was who. I wish I had better information on the exact individuals, but they showed up in random attire and different names.
Okay. All right. So you spoke to them as yourself, I take it.
No, sir, I did not want to compromise the integrity of the marshals, so I did not speak as myself.
How did you speak as?
I spoke a little like this.
Okay. How did you introduce yourself?
I introduced myself as lead director of operations over at Radico Industries, a professional bounty hunter of sorts. Seemed like the most legitimate story to keep me out of trouble with the true man called Echo, and also a good alibi for when I contact people, so I'm not.
What is happening? Okay. And what did you say to them?
I essentially, the individual from LSIA Echo was speaking of freedom, liberty, and threats against the state, and other things. Things that we're already actively investigating and handling. And I said, why not just let the marshals handle it? And he said, well, because you're able to deceive. You're able to be people you are not. So you could contact these people on my behalf, as I cannot, and lead them on a trail which ultimately leads them to me. And so when I called them to answer your question, the main preface of the conversation was to meet at location that they'd be anonymously paying.
I'm not sure. So you called them and you said what exactly?
To meet me, who was acting as Echo, at a location that I anonymously pinged to meet.
Okay. And they just accepted?
They just came. They just attended.
Okay.
There were times where it was like barely any of the 2 different times that I meted with them, where there's barely any people to everybody that I mentioned there.
So when you had that, did you have the meeting that same day?
No, I did not have the meeting that exact same day. I was more so frightened and perplexed and trying to understand how to handle the situation.
And you contacted no one in the marshals to be like, yo, dog, this shit's going down. What do I do?
I was told I was going to be followed, Mr. Knight, and given the extent to which people go in the city to handle other people by death or otherwise, I just wanted my own personal safety, so I didn't speak of anything.
I just, it's a Roger, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a local.
You're good, Brian.
You saw it? I was got to be precautious, you know, just in case.
Yeah, that first thing I did was look up, but it's just a, there's,
All right.
Just flying straight up.
Who attended the first meeting?
I have their fake names of who attended.
Okay.
Once again, they were presenting themselves as false identities. So I can't like tell you
Right.
who attended.
Right, because you pinged them and they came.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, what were their identities?
One moment, sir. I have it written down because there's like 6 of them, yeah, and it's hard to remember fake identity.
Where is this written down at?
Encrypted file on my cell phone. Nobody has access to it.
We're gonna need that document.
Well, you could check my phone. It's
Wait, dude, make a copy of it and send it to us.
oh, it's like not that type of file yet.
Okay.
All right, Bill Carls, otherwise known as Ram. The otherwise known as part is the alias that they showed up with if they didn't want to reveal their.
Bill Carl's Ram, sorry?
Yes, Bill Carl's Ram. Thaddeus Brumple, also known as Jumbo. David Wright, otherwise known as Zero. Robert Forge, otherwise known as Bob. And then Milton O'Neill. No alias. And then of the 2 today, I only caught the first name of one of them, Dimitri. And I believe it was Marla Lopez. I'm 100% on Lopez, not so much sure on Marla.
You are probably being asked by the fucking faceless to do some bad shit. Or Gunner Kane. I don't know which one. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, shit, yo, that's terrible.
Yes. And this is the issue here, Bobby, is there is a reason we have a command structure. There is a reason I don't give a fuck how scared you are. You need to be reporting it. Because whose life is valued more? Yours or the people we protect?
The people.
So when a entity is telling you to bring civilians to a location, whose life in that moment are you thinking of more than them?
Can you repeat that question? That was a little bit.
When you took those actions, whose life did you prioritize, yours or theirs?
Mine.
You see where I'm going with this?
I see where you're going with this, sir.
I
do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where my future lies within the Marshals, sir, but I hope that I can continue service. But in the future, if I do continue service and similar things to occur, how would be best and safely to bring it to your attention?
You're going to be threatened every day of your life. Just 2 days ago, I was hunted down and brought to a location. And because of the importance of SASM, I used the next in line, Luca, to attempt to check if there was a bomb on a crate of money. And you know what he did? He sent that shit. And
fucking right.
Because the eagle can't fall, right? Because we hold the fucking key to the city.
Yes, sir.
And
you are correct.
Now, had we freaked out because this was likely the first and only sighting of a very dangerous individual, I could have died following him. Luca could have died checking for that crate, but dying for the service of the state is kind of what the oath is for. And I don't mean like martyrdom or any crazy shit like that, but I mean in the line of duty. And sometimes that means in order to protect others, we must put our life on the line and maintain integrity. And so if I was in your position, I can recognize being scared and worried. But the moment the opportunity arose, I would have contacted the most trusted folk in the marshals. If you, myself, Blunt, whatever, and we would have put that report up, right? And we would have said, okay, we're going to find a way to get you out of this. Instead, it looked like you continued to be dragged into something that not only put the entire state in danger, not just from whatever this entity is, but in danger of the faceless, and let alone any other case that's being worked. Because if our individual integrity is put into question, why the fuck are the people going to trust us? You know, earlier today, a bunch of psychos twatted out about the marshals. And you know what they said? They said, I hope that there are more people like them than the ones we deal with on an everyday basis. Now, these are people who I've bent over and fucked. Like, I sat across the room from fucking Brandon Valentino and told him that he was a fucking liar, and that despite the fact he was like, I'm a dead man if I walk out. And we saved his life yesterday night. And he'll keep coming back knocking, trust us. Why? Integrity. Because they know at the end of the day, we are not going to bend for our friends, for anyone else, because that's something that is lacking. And it starts with actions like the one I just described, is that even in the face of danger, the moment that you have that opportunity, you contact me, you contact Blunt, contact Luca. Brother, some shit went down, and you write that fucking report. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2 days ago, when I was doing a little fucking 2 hour like perch, just watching people to ensure no one was doing voter fraud or anything shady. I got a phone call from Tessa Lamb. A lot of people are friends with her. She's the daughter of my best friend, the late Chief Sam Bass, blown up by the Sanguinians. And despite my care for her, she told me very directly that she was going to take the face of Junior Huntley for that farm deal. I could have sat back and been like, oh man, maybe I can go talk to Tessa and like convince her otherwise. I could have. But you know what I did first? I wrote a report. Because it's not about my like, you know, what my thoughts are on her. It's justice first, right? Luca and I know each other for the last 10 years. He goes murk someone. I'm going to say, Luca, you got to go be honest about it. We're going to get that report up, and whatever happens, happens. Because someone who walks out of that with integrity at least is salvageable. But what is not salvageable is the moment that we give up our you know, place civilians below us. Rather frankly, I don't think anyone that puts civilians below us should ever be near a badge. But I don't have those kind of powers, right?
I agree with you, sir. I feel as if the decisions I made did jeopardize the people around me. And I myself and the state of Los Santos have never faced certain threats like the ones that we face to this day. And I understand now that regardless of how scary and significant the threat may be and real it may be, that my commitment is to the people, and that is the priority. I exist to serve, and even if that's, you know, putting myself in the danger to take a bullet for somebody else or be the target. My duty is to showcase integrity and to communicate.
I'll tell you right now, if we knew about this a week or so ago, this entire department would have found a way to get you out. And I would have been the first to put a fucking bullet in whoever's head it was the moment they lifted a gun your way. All right? But we can't help you if we don't know, right?
I apologize, sir.
Okay.
But I don't think an apology cuts it.
Look, this is a new standard for a lot of folks. The standard that even when I was in LSPD and BCSO did not fit well for everyone, right? But I hope you understand the reason I take these very hard lines, right? And the same goes when I protect, for example, Springfield the other day when she had these dog shit allegations sent her way just because people were butthurt she transferred. I will be your pit bull, and I am the biggest pit bull that walks these streets. I promise you that much. I just expect loyalty among ourselves, and I don't mean to me or you to me or whatever, but loyalty for what SASM is about, and that chain of command that naturally comes with it, right?
I understand, sir.
Okay. Look, I appreciate you. Is there anything else that we need to know that may come up in the background check or may come up as a consequence of this investigation? Other names that may pop up, other situations that may come up?
Not to my knowledge, sir. All the phone calls that I did on Echo's behalf were through a payphone, and the only books that I've made are the confidential file that I shared to you about that individual, and then the one that was buried.
A Militus Sancti?
Yes, I believe that was the name. I'm not too sure with
So
Latin.
you found that, right?
No, I told you that he told me to make that book. And then, remember, I'm trying to operate on behalf of Echo so I don't get killed. So I made that book at his request at LSIA and then place it there to be found.
I see. How did he give you this? How did you make it? Did he give you the material? Did you make, how much is yours and how much is his?
He needed a carrier for the book, so he expressed the overall idea, and then I put the idea and his words into paper.
How did he deliver you his words?
Verbally.
So just so I understand this, he told you title, Militus Sancti, 2, The Awakened. You have been observed. He literally verbatim read this out to you?
No, he did not verbatim read it out. He gave me the overall gist and said, basically, do not make my identity be compromised. To which then I tried my best to make it vague and expressive to the nature that he wanted it, because I felt as if it wasn't to his standards, that it just worsened the situation.
What did he say to you? Do you remember roughly what he asked you to do? I know you're saying that he told you to make this thing and he told you what to write, but what exactly did he tell you?
He knows of my history of deception and being basically a jack of all trades when it comes to personalities. And he told me that I was the perfect individual to do his bidding because there is a chance that it wouldn't be connected to him, and also that there's a chance that the other individuals involved, their identities wouldn't be compromised. And so he sent me out to call these people, and my outfit was as close to a representation of what he looks like. So if you're looking for him, that's practically what he looked like.
No, I know, but like, sorry, like, you know, the folder from today, like, how much did he, like, what did he say? Did you say, yo, make a Miltus Sancti thing about anti-faceless? Like, you know, like, what were his words?
The
of
information he
instruction?
gave was the title and the second innermost page, and he showed me an image of it. So I was trying to make it to my best likeness.
How did he give you the image?
I mean, he held up a piece of paper and showed me. It wasn't like anything I could take with me. It was more so by memory.
I see. So, and the words, or like did you make
both things were, he showed them to me and he said, do not take a photo, do not document this in any way, shape, or form. Here's what it should look like. Do your best to make it look like that.
I see. Okay, so these are all his words, right? Okay, all right.
Of course, there might be some discrepancies in what was written down because, you know, I had to require on my own memory, and it's not the best memory, but I tried to fill in the blanks, so he wasn't suspicious.
How much do you believe this is Echo and this isn't Gunner?
I'll tell you what, if it's Gunner, he's like a master of disguise or something, because I don't know if he's the type of person. I mean, he could be, because I haven't been able to contact him recently.
Because, brother, when you look at this photo, it like screams, I rage quit my job and I'm starting a new crew. You want in, doc? You know what I mean? Like, look at the imagery. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a fucking shield with someone doing 07 with a American flag, which, by the way, we're not a part of the United States. Someone may want to note that. You know, and the verbiage here, like, it's
Wait, that does make a little bit of sense. I just have no way to determine that.
Did you mention to me at one point that
oh my god, what if wait, sorry, real quick, Chris, what if that's what Edgar meant when he told me I'm looking at a paladin? If y'all read that report when he got shot, Edgar specifically told me he's looking at a paladin, and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? I wonder if he fucking tried to recruit Edgar. Anyway, sorry, Chris.
Didn't you at one point mention to me that Gunner knew of your undercover skills?
Yeah, he did. I think I mentioned that to most people here, though, because I do go around saying that I'm good at it.
Right.
Bobby, at any point has Gunner tried to approach you about information regarding the Faceless?
I haven't spoke to Gunner except for one time, and that was over the phone maybe 2 weeks ago, and then more recently as Echo. So I haven't had any like physical, like I don't know what he looks like.
But you weren't you telling me the last like week plus that Gunner's a good guy? I just spoke to him. You should talk to him.
Yeah, just speaking to him is relative though, because it was like 2 weeks ago, and I think I mentioned that like, not sure if it was last weekend or midweek the week before that, but I did talk to him, and it seems like he's doing well. I just, you know, I haven't been like in physical contact with him. It's all been over the phone.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, when did you? Okay, how many times did you speak to him this week on the phone?
Is there a way to check that?
Bro, this.
I don't have an exact number, but this week, maybe 2 times.
Okay, and what were the
both anonymous?
What do you mean?
Like unknown, like
unknown numbers.
Payphone.
What was the subject matter? Did it have to do with anything investigatory, like faceless and?
No, nothing was about like faceless or any like investigation wise. It was nothing pertaining to that. It was about the summoning to the location.
Oh, okay, right. So you haven't spoken to him. Okay, the only times you've spoken to Gunner are regarding Echo, is what you're saying. The 2 times, the first time to bring him over, and the second time to bring him down. Okay.
Yes.
Outside of that, you haven't spoken to him?
Outside of that, once again, that was that like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when I just called him. Another helicopter. That one be Susio.
Nope, that's him.
Who's that?
That's the collector.
That is him.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean, Bobby?
Yeah, I see what you mean, sir.
That wasn't a random helicopter.
Was that Mr. Green?
Probably.
Gunner Kane currently has a different number. Are you aware of his secondary phone number?
I could read you off the one that I have. I only have one.
I got you.
So, I don't know if this is his second or his first.
Go ahead.
It just.
Yo, who put their hand in my mouth? Oh, somebody swabbing me.
Hmm?
Somebody just swabbed me, yo.
It's my bad. I didn't swab you.
Let's go to
It's
work,
okay.
Peters.
The number is
Why, what's-
420
why?
275 4482.
I got you.
That's the same number I have. From
Okay.
forever ago.
I think if there's anything else that comes to mind, it's best that you sort of bring that forward. I'm sure you know how to work Google Docs, right?
Yes.
I want you over the next 2 days, write something out. We'll be, doing the background check, and we'll sort of go from there. All right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Blunt, do you mind getting him sorted in terms of making sure his stuff's packed in the locker and all that?
Yeah. I think they started that process, but I will take it back down there.
Ooh,
And get it sorted.
easy. Awesome.
Do
Thank
you
you
have
so
any
much.
equipment or anything on you still?
Yes, I do. I have a question, Mr. Knott.
Mm-hmm.
Where should my optimism be?
In regards to what?
Yes, not right now.
I'm on a 48-hour suspension, and all that I said was true, and I don't know what else I can say aside from in writing to communicate otherwise. But
I think
I'd like to keep my job.
I understand. I think right now you should be thinking about how could I do things better, and then wait for 48. I don't do 48 just for funds, shits and giggles. I want to consult with the other marshals. I want to look at what we're looking at in terms of the background check, and then we make a determination based on that. And your forthcomingness in that report.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Easy.
It's just too much of a liability. Me too. It's just too much of a liability.
All right. So
DOC it's going.
What happened to DOC?
There's escaped lifers.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
God fucking damn it. Okay, get him sorted. We'll go react.
All right.
All right.